right, welcome back everyone for another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at a recent Premier League match.
Okay.
Everton versus Crystal Palace. Now this match may not have seemed super exciting at first glance,
Right.
a mid-table clash kind of thing, but there's a bit more to it than meets the eye. Before we jump in, I just wanted to point out this really interesting fact. Coming into this match, Crystal Palace had only beaten Everton once
Wow.
in their last 21 league matches.
That's quite a stat.
Yeah. What do you make of that? Is that a psychological thing or?
It's definitely a head scratcher. I mean, you got to wonder if there's something deeper going on there tactically. I mean, you could look at it as some kind of mental block for Palace, but it could also be that Everton just has their number, Like there's some kind of tactical mismatch that's been going on for years. Now, you also have to factor in that Everton had been on a decent run.
Yeah, they were unbeaten in 4 since Moyes came back.
Exactly. Since Moyes returned, they've had a bit of a resurgence. And on the other side, Palace were actually in pretty good form themselves.
6 wins in their last 7 right across all competitions?
Yeah, they were on a roll, so you had these two teams kind of coming in with some momentum.
It was a clash of momentums for sure. So set the scene for us. How did this match actually play out?
Well, the first half was a little bit tense. Both teams were kind of feeling each other out.
Okay.
But there was a big moment early on. Palace thought they had scored. Lerma headed it in. It looked like a good goal, but the ref called it back.
Oh no, why? What happened?
He said that the corner kick, it went out of play before curling back in.
Oh, so it never should have been a corner in the first place.
Right, exactly. So the goal was disallowed.
That's got to be demoralizing.
Oh, absolutely. Especially for Palace. You could just feel the frustration from their fans.
Yeah, I bet they're probably thinking, here we go again, especially with their history against Everton. But they didn't let that stop them, right?
No, they didn't. They kept pushing. They had some really good chances in that first half. Sarr almost scored.
Oh, yeah. He hit the crossbar.
He did. It was a great effort. But that was a real turning point, I think.
How so?
Well, if that had gone in, the whole dynamic of the match could have shifted.
It's funny how football can come down to, like, these tiny little moments.
Oh, absolutely. These little margins can make all the difference. And Everton seemed to capitalize on that missed opportunity.
They did. They took the lead not long after.
Yeah, it was a classic counterattacking goal. A Palace throw-in went astray. Everton pounced on it. And Beto slotted it home.
Classic Moyes. Clinical efficient.
Exactly. He knows how to get his teams to be ruthless, especially on the break.
So at halftime, it's 1-0 to Everton.
That's right.
But Crystal Palace, they're not out of it yet. What happens in the second half?
The second half was wild.
Oh, really?
It was back and forth, end-to-end stuff. Both teams had chances. Palace managed to equalize through Mateta. There was a VAR check for that one, too, which added to the drama.
Oh, of course, VAR always got to make things interesting.
Right, and then after that, it was just chaos. Both teams were going for it. It was really exciting to watch.
Speaking of exciting, how about Chilwell? He was back from injury, right?
He was, and he almost scored a fantastic goal. It would have been a storybook return.
But it wasn't meant to be. So who gets the winning goal then?
It was actually Carlos Alcaraz.
He scored?
Yeah, his first goal for Everton.
Wow. What a time to do it.
It was a beautiful strike, too.
So final score 2-1 to Everton.
That's right.
Tough result for Palace.
It was. They'll be disappointed.
But what does this mean for both teams going forward?
Well, for Everton, this win is huge. They moved up to 13th in the table, level on points with Palace, and it gives them a bit of breathing room from the relegation zone.
They needed that.
They did, and for Palace, this loss is a setback. They're still 7 points off the top half of the table, and with some longer matches coming up, it's going to be an uphill battle for them to get there.
But they've shown they can compete with anyone.
They
It's just a matter of putting it all together consistently.
Exactly.
I think what impressed me most about this match was just Everton's fighting spirit.
Yeah.
They didn't play their best football, but they found a way to win.
That's the sign of a team that's starting to believe in itself again.
And with Moyes at the helm, who knows what they can achieve.
It's going to be fascinating to see how they do in the rest of the season.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.